Hi, my name is Akila Stokes Bay, and for Dr. Hall's Speech 101 class, for the assignment, the demonstration speech, I will be demonstrating how to make my favorite snickerdoodle cupcakes. And when you think snickerdoodle, I know usually you think cookies that you buy at the mall. But this evening I will be showing you how to make them into cupcakes. So, to begin, you want to make sure that you have a clean workspace to, of course, keep away the germs and make sure that you can work comfortably. Number one, you want to make sure that you have your cupcake pan. You will also need your measuring glass, the cupcake holders for the cupcakes, just to make it easier when you begin to bake, so you don't have to worry about greasing the pan and your cupcakes possibly sticking to the pan. You will need your measuring spoons, 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon. You will also need a toothpick and a large mixing bowl. Make sure that it's large for sure, because you want to have enough space around the edges so that it doesn't spill over as you're mixing. And also a mixer or a whisk, which looks similar to this, just a little bit bigger. Either one will do. You want to also make sure that you have an adequate amount of paper towels nearby for when you set your utensils down. And of course, we cannot forget our oven mitts. We don't want to touch a hot pan. So, let's begin with next gathering our ingredients. You will need 2 eggs. Any size will do. Also, vegetable oil. You won't need this much, just a teaspoon. Any kind of oil really will do. Also, you will need sugar, any kind of sugar. Brown sugar you will need, and also a box of Snickerdoodle cupcake mix. Now, I picked the Betty Crocker brand, but you can use any brand that you like. And a lot of times they're actually hard to find because they're a limited edition, or they usually come out during specific seasons. So, okay, let's begin. First, you want to prep as much as possible so that you don't have to do too much while you're baking. You can begin with placing your cupcake holders into your cupcake pan. You must not forget, which actually you can do while you're gathering your utensils, preheating your oven to 375. So that will be ready by the time you get finished mixing your ingredients and pouring them into the cups. You can pop it right into the oven because it will be warm enough. So after you get finished placing your cupcake holders into the pan, you can set that to the side. Be sure that you also plug up your mixer so that after you put your ingredients in the bowl, it'll be ready to go. And just in case your hands become a little bit messy, you don't have to worry about plugging anything up. Okay. Okay. Now, you can really put your ingredients into the bowl in any order that you like. It really doesn't make a difference because it's all going to get mixed together. Let's see. Let's begin. We can actually begin with our eggs. Okay, and let's see. You can go ahead and put the cake mix in as well. This particular cake mix I also like because it already includes 2 packs of frosting, so you don't have to worry about buying anything separately. So after you get finished mixing your ingredients, then you can pour them into the cupcake holders and try to pour them as evenly as possible. So after you have put in your 2 eggs, your 1/3 cup of water, and your 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, you can begin to mix. The key to mixing is to make sure that you get out as many lumps as possible. And if you use a mixer like this, you really should only have to mix it for about 30 seconds on like a medium speed, and that should get all of your lumps out. Once again, please be sure that you have a big mixing bowl because it will splatter, especially if you're using a mixer. And another thing to remember about using a mixer is that you really, most of the time, you only need it on medium to low speed, because anything faster than that, it will most definitely splash everywhere regardless of how high the bowl may be. Like as you can see right now, there's still a little bit of lumps in it. So I'm going to give it a few more seconds and then I'll be ready to pour my cupcake batter into the cupcake pan. Okay, now that you have your batter mixed very well, take your spoon and try to get as much off of the mixers as possible. Let's just put this over here. Okay. Now we're going to try to place them, fill the cupcake holders as evenly as possible. This mixture should give you 12 cupcakes, and you really shouldn't fill the cups more than halfway, otherwise they will overflow and burn around the edges. Also, for a little bit of added flavor, you can add, mix together a half of a teaspoon of cinnamon and 2 teaspoons of sugar. That will give it that cookie flavor. Usually I don't measure, I just kind of sprinkle a little bit on. And they come out tasting great. Okay, now that your cupcakes are ready to go in, please set your timer from 13 to 18 minutes. After the first 13 minutes of baking your cupcakes, you want to come and check them with a toothpick. Just stick it in the center of any one of the cupcakes. It's okay. And if it comes out moist, then you know that they're not done in the center. If you check them and it comes out dry, then they're done. Also, if you meet a little bit of resistance, you know that they're still, they need a few more minutes. So just leave them in for the remaining 5 minutes and come back and check them again. once you have checked your cupcakes after 18 minutes and your toothpick was dry and they appear to be done, which when you take them out they should be this color. My lighting isn't too good, but they should be a nice light golden brown. Let them cool for about, I'm going to say 6 or 7 minutes, and then begin applying your icing. Now this box of cupcake mix actually comes with 2 packets of icing, and I've actually put icing on all of the cupcakes except for 3 with just 1 pack, so you'll have plenty left over. Also, many people, because they're used to the flavor of the cookie, they usually don't put the icing on it, so whichever you choose I think will be good. So when you decide to serve Snickerdoodle cupcakes at any event, parties, brunch, or just tea, I think, or even with dinner, I think they'll complement any dessert or beverage great. So feel confident when you decide to make these. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Did you pause it?